Hey y'all.
Hello, I see this dinosaur character,
Yes, famous this.
same as your background. Can you say for me, I am wearing the same as my background.
I am wearing same as my background.
So is this your gown, your evening gown?
Yes.
Or is it a Halloween costume?
No.
All right, Daisy, how are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes.
What did you do?
I went to my second house that is in countryside,
Huh?
and I met my dad's friend, and I played with his daughter.
Very cool. So you went to the countryside. And what do you think is better, the countryside or the city?
I think I like countryside more.
Okay, so there's good things about the countryside, there's good things about the city.
Yeah.
I think the countryside is very good, but but I cannot stay in the countryside very long time. I can only stay in the countryside maybe 1 or 2 days. And then
Mm.
I want to go to the city.
Oh.
How long can you stay in the countryside? Or can you live there? Do you want to live in the countryside?
But like most of most of like countryside and in that countryside town they live like only like most of the people is like grandmother and
Mm,
grandfather, so I
mm.
don't have friends to play, so
That is very
just puppy.
that is very true. So in the village, in the countryside, it's mostly the older generation. Can you say for me? The older generation lives in the countryside.
The older generation live in countryside.
So do you know what's happening in Bulgaria, Daisy? My home country where I was born. Not where I grew up, but where I was born in Bulgaria. There are many villages and then there is the cities. So in the villages are very old. And like you said, the older generation is living there. And the older generation, it's natural. Everyone eventually will die. And they are dying. And then the village, there is no one living in the village. It's an empty village. Because the younger generation, they stay in the city. They don't want to move back to the village.
Wow.
So many of the houses in the village are empty. No one lives there. And
Wow.
you can buy the houses for a very small amount of money. Yeah, because there are so many of them that are empty. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why are the houses in the Bulgarian villages so cheap?
Because the houses that is in the village is most of the houses are empty because in that village old generation people lives, so like the younger generation people live in city and they doesn't want to go back to that village.
Very good. You listen so well. All right, Daisy, is there anything you want to share with me before we start today's class? You told me about your weekend. Anything else?
This Saturday,
Hmm?
that Chinese speaking,
What's happening with that?
the like I did I did the competition that I can go to the real competition, and on Saturday.
Wait, the last week you told me you were sending a video.
Yes,
What happened with that?
I sent it.
Oh, good. So now on Saturday is the next step.
On Saturday, on 6 p.m., and they will tell me like I can go to the real competition or not.
Ah, so they will release the results.
Yes.
Can you say for me? On Saturday, they will release the results.
On Saturday, they will release the results.
Okay. So we are waiting for Saturday. We are excited. And if Daisy gets chosen, we will be very excited. If Daisy doesn't get chosen, we are still happy and proud. It's still a win-win. It's a good thing both ways. Okay. You said what time? What time on Saturday?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. I will cross my fingers. Okay, Daisy, in today's class, it's going to be a little bit of a science topic. We are talking about traveling to space in a spacecraft.
Ooh.
SpaceX is a company that makes spacecraft.
Elon.
How you know?
I read in my class workbook
You read.
last year.
Okay, so Elon Musk is the owner of SpaceX. You know Elon Musk has other companies too, right?
Lamborghini.
Not Lamborghini, it's a different car. It's Tesla.
Aha! I literally confused.
That's okay, you remember the car. Okay, so he has Tesla, SpaceX. There are many other companies that he has, but today we are looking at SpaceX.
Ooh.
So SpaceX is similar to NASA. They are traveling to space, they are doing research in space. Daisy, they created a new spacecraft. It looks like this. It has two main parts. The top part is called Starship, and the bottom part is called the booster.
The two part goes all the way through the universe together every time, or like one of that body will go up.
I'm glad you asked that question. So it will separate when it gets to a certain height. It will separate, and Starship will continue to fly up, but the booster will fly back down to Earth.
The same place that it was shooted.
Yes. Why do you think it will go back to the same place?
Um,
So, Daisy, so they can use it again for the next flight. So the next.
how can that booster can go back to the same place?
Oh, that's a very good question. We will see a video later. I will show you a video of exactly how it lands. It's actually really amazing how it lands. Or do you want to see that now quickly before we see the flight?
Yes.
Let's see that one. Okay, so first we're going to start with the end. We're going to start with the booster landing. Now here is the booster. The spacecraft that was on it is already in space, Daisy. This is coming down to land. Let me see if you can see this. Daisy, can you tell me what are we going to see in this video?
We will see that like booster come back to the place that it was shooted.
So we will. Can you say for me? We will see the booster land.
We will see the booster land.
Okay, watch how amazing it lands. Even it's vertical, Daisy, vertical, like a pencil, upright. Did you see how it lands? Can you say for me? The booster landed vertically.
The booster landed vertically.
Daisy, why is the booster flying back to Earth and landing vertically?
Because if a booster come back to the place that it shooted, we can use it again for other spacecraft.
Good. And not shooting. Shooting is with a gun when you shoot a gun. But for a rocket, we can say launching. Launching a rocket into space. Right, let's go to our video. And Daisy, at the bottom of the video, you can see there is speed, which is how
Yeah.
fast something is going, and there is altitude. Altitude is how high something is. So now we are looking at the rocket ship. The speed in kilometers per hour and the altitude in kilometers. How high is it in kilometers? Can you tell me what is speed? What is altitude?
Speed, it will tell how
How fast?
fast is it per hour, and altitude will tell how high is the spacecraft.
Good. Right, here is the spacecraft getting ready to launch. Daisy, can you say for me? The spacecraft is launching.
The spacecraft is launching.
So you can see a huge flame at the bottom of the booster. The booster is white and the flame is coming from the booster. Daisy, what can you see after the flame?
Smoke?
Yes, we can see this dirty smoke. This is pollution. This is air pollution. It is making the air dirty.
I think people need to create the spacecraft that has healthy smoke.
That is true. They are trying. I'm sure they are trying. SpaceX and NASA, they are trying to make the spacecraft less dirty. What other things release pollution? What other things around us make pollution?
Car smoke?
Yeah, can you say for me? Cars make pollution.
Cars make pollution.
What else? Can you think of anything else? Does a bicycle make pollution?
No?
No, it doesn't. What about
Motorcycle?
a motorcycle makes pollution? What about a factory?
Yes, factory.
Can you say for me? Factories make pollution.
Factories make pollution.
I can think of one more. What about a power station?
Power station makes pollution.
So a power station is where electricity is made, right? And yeah, they burn coal, and burning coal releases smoke like this. Daisy, let me show you a power station. Have you seen a power station before?
Oh, this is power station.
Well, let me show you
Wow.
This is a power station. This is what a power station looks like.
I'm not sure.
You've never been to a power station. It's actually really interesting to go for a tour at the power station. And
We go for a tour.
sometimes they will accept school tours so that the students can walk and
Like naughty boys can touch something and
no. There is a guide. There is a tour guide and they are very strict. Very strict. So, let's see, where are we here? Right, we saw the pollution. Now we're going to see this camera here. This camera, Daisy, it is on the booster. It is attached to the booster, and we can see an amazing view. Actually, you can see the layer of clouds. Is this flying above the clouds or below the clouds?
Above the cloud.
It's above the clouds. It's above the first layer of clouds.
I rode the airplane and it ran off the clouds, but I saw the top part and there was one more layer of clouds.
Exactly what you said. There is one more layer. Look at this video, Daisy. Is there one more layer of clouds?
Yes.
Here it's coming. We are going to touch the second layer of clouds. Look
Those
how
camera do not break because of like flames and smoke.
well, it must be a very strong camera that it didn't break, because this spacecraft is also shaking. Do you know how the aeroplane is shaking? Yeah. So this is also shake. It's called vibrating. It's vibrating. And
But it doesn't look like it's shaking.
it doesn't look like it's shaking. So it must be using a gimbal. Gimbal. Let me show you what is a gimbal. A gimbal helps the camera to stay still. I'm sure you have seen this. Gimbal. So it's a gimbal stabilizer.
Aha!
What is this used for, Daisy? What is a gimbal used for?
I think my mom used for like take family photo.
Okay, take family photos, yes, but why is your mom using this specifically? Because this gimbal, it doesn't show the shaking in the video. The camera is not shaking.
Really?
So the gimbal absorbs the shaking. So even if your hand is shaking, the video doesn't shake, which is exactly what's happening here, Daisy. This rocket is shaking very, very, very much. But in this video, do you see the shaking? Not at all.
Yes.
So that's because it's using a gimbal. Can you say for me?
It's very fast.
Very fast. The rocket is extremely fast. So, Daisy, here we can see the nice video of all the layers. Look how many layers. This is about 1, 2, 3. I think this is layer 3 or 4.
Whoa.
All
That is the end of the Earth?
Well, actually, altogether there are 5 layers, and it is called the atmosphere. Have you heard of the atmosphere?
Yes.
It's the air around the Earth. Now, Daisy, see if we can find a photo. Here is a picture of the atmosphere. Can you tell me what is the first layer called?
Troposphere.
The troposphere. Then we have the stratosphere. What's the third layer?
Mesosphere.
The mesosphere. Then we have the thermosphere. And the last layer?
Exosphere.
The exosphere. And then it's space. Then we have no air in the space. All right, Daisy, let's go back here and see what happens now. Are they ready to separate? Let's see how they separate.
Wow.
All right, I want you to tell me when you see it separate.
I think it will separate. Oh. Oh. Bye bye.
Bye bye, it's separated. So where is it going now, Daisy?
To the place that it was launched.
Very good. So there it is. There is the booster, a small little dot, and it's going back to Earth. This is an amazing angle of the Earth. Can you see the atmosphere? The blue layer.
Yes.
It looks so small. It looks like it's 1 centimeter. But actually, it's so many kilometers. All right. So, Daisy, now it has come time for narration. Daisy will do a video narration for us.
No.
Daisy, if you want, I can go first. I can go first and I can show you what to say, and you can listen, and it will be a quick review for you, and then it will be your turn. How about that?
Can I see the video?
Yes, of course. The video will play. The video will play in the background. While you are talking, the video will play.
Wow.
So, I will go first, Daisy. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, listen carefully. Here is a video of SpaceX's new spacecraft. It is launching, and we can see the top part. The top part is called Starship. We can also see the bottom part. The white part is the booster, and there is flames and fire coming from the booster. After the flames and the fire, we can see smoke. Power stations, cars, aeroplanes, they all release smoke and pollution. Here is a camera that is attached to the booster. We can see the first layer of clouds. This rocket is flying into the second layer of clouds. And all these layers together make up the atmosphere around the world. The spacecraft has come to a really high height, 64 kilometers above the ground, and it will soon separate. The booster will separate from Starship. It will fly back down to Earth, and it will land vertically where it launched from. The end.
So hard.
So hard, but Daisy, did you understand everything that I said?
Yeah.
I think you understood everything, so I think you can do it.
I'm okay with saying what I'm little bit
What are you worried about?
I like my talking speed and this video speed is different and little bit.
That's why it's a little bit challenging. That's why it's a little bit difficult. This is good, Daisy. So, you speaking English is easy for you. So now we need to make it a little more difficult so you can get better and better. And this is how, with a time limit. But actually, you should use the video to your advantage. So when I was watching the video, Daisy, I was using the video to think about what to talk about. If I don't have the video, I will forget what to talk about. Okay. Are you ready? All right. Daisy, in 3, 2, 1, let's start.
You can see the rocket that SpaceX made, and it will go to the space. We can see a lot of flames, and we can see the booster part and the space um, and we can see the smoke that makes pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, it is the camera that is attached to the booster part, and actually the rocket is shaking very much, but it is using gimbal, so it is not shaking. Uh, I thought there was two layers of clouds, but actually there's five atmosphere.
Five
Um,
layers of the atmosphere.
five layers of atmosphere. Mm, after a while, a booster need to go back to the place that it was launched. Bye bye. It will go back to the place it was launched with vertical.
It will land vertically.
Uh-huh.
Daisy, can you say the word launch for me?
Launch.
Say launched.
Launched.
The rocket was launched into space.
The rocket was launch, launched to the space.
So be careful. Don't say launched. No launched. That is Konglish. So launched. Daisy, do you have any questions about that? That was really good, by the way. You were so worried, but you spoke so well about it. Your English is good, your memory is good, you are focused. You don't need to worry. Be confident and try. Okay, do you have any questions
I
from?
was crossing when I was talking.
Say again?
I was doing hand crossing while I was talking.
Why? You were crossing your fingers?
Yes,
Is that what you do when you are nervous?
yes.
Oh, okay. Daisy, it's okay to be nervous. You did a good job.
I found where was like teachers from in South Africa.
You found out where who is from?
Like Mr. Livetta and Mr. Tesh and Mr. Cosme.
Wow, so many teachers from South Africa. And
Almost all.
are are they from Johannesburg or Cape Town or Pretoria?
Uh, Mr. Tesh said he's from Durban,
Durban.
and Mr. Cosmic and Mr. Libertal are from same country, and they are from Limpopo.
Limpopo. Oh, that's a surprise.
Mm.
Okay, very good. Daisy, maybe one day you will have a chance to visit Durban, visit Limpopo, visit Cape Town. Visit Cape Town first. You should visit Cape Town first. Cape Town is the best. Daisy,
My mom asked. She wonders that like every day. Every day Cape Town and every day South Africa has festival.
no, it's not every day. This festival that I sent to you, it was once a year. Once a year. So it doesn't happen often. It happens every year in March, but only one time. What are you going to tell your mom?
Uh, the festival that Mr. Minav sent you yesterday, uh, does only once a year.
Once a year. All right, Daisy. Have a nice week. Have a nice weekend. Good luck on Saturday. And I will see you next week. Can you say for me? See you again next week.
See you again next week.
Bye, Daisy.
Bye Bye.